Hi, my name is Raulh of Please Act Right. Besides cooking, cleaning, sex, and money, what does a woman have to offer a man that he should marry her? Let's ask a woman right quick and see what her answer is. Check this out.
Excuse me, what do women offer men?
I feel like we offer a lot. It's really different because the only other person that's asked me that was my cousin Ryan. Like we don't
Shout out to Ryan.
We don't really talk
real.
about that. Like I said, amongst my female friends and my aunts, it's like, what can you offer someone? Yes, I've listed a couple of things, and usually that's what most of us would say. But I mean, I feel like I need to do some homework and write some stuff down. Y'all can talk about me all you want to, but that's a hard one. Like, it's like, what can I offer? There are so many, like, maybe materialistic things, or not materialistic things, but like my career or my status, or, you know, maybe how I look, those different things. But like core stuff, like what can I really offer? Like I do need to kind of readdress that, but you know, because I don't want to give you those fed answers like,
no, and I appreciate
you know,
because this is authentic.
I really, yeah, honestly, I'm just being real, y'all. Big question mark over here. I'm gonna work on that because I do think that's something that's great. We're having these conversations that we don't typically have, and this is a great space. So
absolutely.
Now, I'm not bashing this young lady, but the majority of women can't answer this question. At least she refrained from giving the basic answers that 90% of them won't really do when it comes down to doing it. That's cooking, cleaning, love him, support him, etc., etc., etc. Now, why did I leave out those 4 things? Cooking, cleaning, sex, and money? Because cooking and cleaning can be done by any man who chooses to do it on his own. So he doesn't need a woman to do it for him. As far as money is concerned, men who have their stuff together, they have their own money, so they don't need hers. And you can get sex from any woman who wants to give it to you. I mean, let's face it, there are women out there right now who are willing to have sex without a relationship with a man. So why would a man who really has his stuff together marry a particular woman who shows interest in him? Let me give women a quick list of what men who have their stuff together are looking for. These are the same things that he has to offer a woman who is deserving of his love and attention. Can she communicate properly and resolve issues?
Let me explain something to y'all. Those of y'all that think y'all the ones that got good communication, y'all not the ones with good communication because you just want to be right. You don't want to communicate. Y'all don't understand that just like relationships, communication is not about somebody being right or wrong. Expressing how you feel about something does not mean the other person got to end the conversation feeling how you felt. Y'all wasn't taught like conflict resolution, what compromise mean, what it means to like be on a team and understand the dynamic of 2 people having 2 separate opinions. Y'all just taught to be right. Y'all bring up stuff to people and then you get upset in the end and you can't get past the shit. Like you don't got no choice but to let it slide, like some of y'all commenting, because you don't know how to let go of the idea of always being right.
If you ask her to straighten something out, can she just do it? Or is she making it more difficult than it needs to be? Is she really communicating to resolve the issue, or is she just taking you both in circles? Men who have their stuff together don't have time for the childishness. Fix this so we can move on. The next one, can she listen?
That is listen. Now, this may seem like a simple task, but there is an art to listening without talking. There is an art to listening and retaining the information that person just told you. So we as women, when we know something's wrong with our man, we want to find 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 different solutions to try to make it all better. But sometimes you just need to hush and listen to him talk because sometimes he needs to vent. That's the other thing. Men, when he does start venting, the last thing you want to do is interrupt him while he's venting, because men are brought up and they're taught to, hold stuff in and retain stuff. So when they do finally start opening up, the very last thing you want to do is break that focus, because because what he's going to do is he's going to shut back down. So when he starts talking, just hush and just listen.
So if she's unable to be quiet and listen when you need to vent, that's a problem. Have you ever started telling somebody about an issue that you're having and they interrupt you by starting to talk about their problems? I knew a woman who talked so much, when she would ask me a question, by the time she stopped talking, I forgot what she asked me. The next one, can she admit when she's wrong all on her own?
Black women as a whole, we lack the character to stand down, even when it's destroying our team. You continue to fight and yell and argue to our detriment. And your arguments are so misguided and backwards and downright stupid that Black men are openly discussing other races of women to build with. At this point, Black men are just tolerating us. They love us, they want to produce Black families, but let's be honest, we've been overrun by hood rat slut culture, and as a whole, we are an undesirable group of women. I know what someone's going to say, you're tearing Black women down, now what's your solutions? The solution is be quiet. The solution is close your mouth. The solution is stop arguing, stop fighting, let go of your anger, and be quiet. If you spent less time talking and actually listening to what the men are saying, you'd peep game.
Any person who cannot admit when they're wrong is immature and should only spend their time with other immature people. The next one, can she bring peace to his life?
Every woman ought to give her man a place to rest. But if he fighting on the job, then got to come home and fight you. You can't nag the man to death.
No man who has his stuff together wants to give up the peace he has being on his own just to be with any woman. Think about it. Why would any mature person want to constantly come home to a fight? I knew men who would work overtime, as much overtime as they could on the job, because they didn't want to go home to their wives, because they knew a fight was there waiting for them. The next one, will she respect him?
Women like security, men desire respect.
Respect him. Now, this one is extremely major because men interpret respect as love. So if you don't respect him, then you don't love him. So you have to always be cautious of your words, be cautious of how you say stuff, what you do, your actions, your mannerisms, because if he interprets it as disrespect, then that's a whole nother issue that you're going to have to deal with. And if you find out from him later on down the road or whatever that he felt disrespected by something that you did or you said, then it is your job to correct that, because that can play a major hindrance. The next time that you say, I love you, he could look at that as the authenticity is not quite real there because you have disrespected him in the past and it's now in his subconscious. So every time you do something that he feels that that he views as disrespect the next time, that's going to bring that in the subconscious to the forefront to the conscious. So you have to be aware when it comes to respect, because as I said, that plays a major role in how he views your authenticity of feelings for him.
If a woman talks to her man like she thinks she's talking to her son that she's still taking care of, why would he want to marry her? If she can't respect a man, she's with the wrong man. She needs to be out there with one of them boys. Can she bring emotional stability?
You might not be marriage material if you're not emotionally stable. Let me just come out. If you crazy. If you can't control your anger up in here fighting, tearing up all the stuff and keep going to jail. I heard it's a little song out busting out your windows. The moment you bust out my windows, this ain't working out. I don't know how I'm gonna break up with you, but this thing coming to an end.
If she's always ready to fight and argue, if she's ready to do damage to his personal things, if she's ready to do damage to him, this is not a woman who's ready to get married. Can she be a positive spiritual support?
There is something so loving and so selfless and so giving about going to our Heavenly Father and uplifting someone else in prayer. And so why not do that for your husband? You all are one. You all are joined together. Uplift him in prayer. You as his wife know the things that he deals with. You know him or should know him better than anybody else. You see the different things that he's dealing with, even different things that he may not be coming to you about that you may sense in your spirit. Go before the Lord and pray for him, uplift him, ask God to encourage him, to strengthen him, mind, body, soul, and spirit.
I've only had one woman in my life who actually prayed for me, God rest her soul. I have yet to meet another one to do so. I, on the other hand, have prayed for every woman that I've ever dated. They loved it, but they didn't do the same in return. All they did was cause me problems. Is she ready to submit? And does she know what submission means in a marriage?
You might not be marriage material if you ain't willing to submit. And that's for the brother and the sister. If a brother is not submitted to an authority figure in his life, many times he will abuse authority.
She first has to know what submission in a marriage means. Then, is she willing to do it? Keep in mind, like the pastor says, they both must submit to a higher being. Men who have their stuff together are already submitting to a higher authority. So if she's not willing to submit, let her go. Can she bring teamwork and life goals to his life?
I hope y'all really receive it. It's a time and a place for everything, and then there's the door. Like, y'all got to find y'all somebody to play with, because y'all play too much in these relationships. Some of y'all is with people. They're not bad people. They not perfect, but they're not bad people. You just upset because you can't make them make your feelings and the stuff you want matter more than they life goals. Y'all get with people and you want to be a bitch everything. You don't even got enough going on to be a bitch your personality and your conversation and your and the little shit you be doing is not even enough for a person to take their life attention and put it on you. Like, y'all got to understand, coming into relationships, you got to bring more to the table than your sex and your mouth. Like, there has to be genuine things you bring to the table that's going to help us come together and elevate in life. I hope y'all really receive it. It's a time and a place for everything, and then there's the door.
I was writing a book, and I asked my woman to stop doing this one thing that was interrupting my flow. Instead of just discontinuing it, she just kept trying to understand why it bothered me. I didn't ask her to understand. I asked her to stop doing it. She refused, so I dropped her. I have no time for someone who does not value my time or respect my wishes. I'm building my legacy, and I have no time for someone's nonsense. Either you're rolling with me, or there's the door. Does she have financial literacy? Now, this last one is about money, but not how much money she makes, but how she handles money now, and what she thinks her financial responsibility should be when she gets married. Is she planning to spend while her husband pays all the bills?
Not so much about taking care of your wife, but a stronger man is one who puts his wife in position for y'all to get the bag together, to where she's just as strong as you, if not sometimes stronger. The way that me and my wife relationship is set up is that I'm the executor. I go out and get the bag. I'm on the phones, I'm closing deals. My wife is the one who's the organizer. She literally organized the entire Jumpin' Jack Tax brand, as far as all the way down to the aesthetics, getting the website right, letting me know how the process should be. And then I just had to take the system and say, all right, I'm about to breathe life into this thing. And now we got over 200 and something offices. But if you got a wife that you just taking care of, now she's just going to become a bill. Now you're just a liability. You subtracting from me and not adding to me. Other than what? Sex? But we all know sex gets old. But I'm going to do the same 3 positions every night. I'm not doing that. It got to be more to the equation. We got to mentally stimulate each other. We got to get the bag together. Spiritually, pray for one another, speak life into one another in life.
They already can't find a top-notch job, and then they got to come on to you with your bad attitude because he won't buy you no Gucci bag. All that stuff is junk anyway, because it's materialistic things. I don't ask my husband to buy me stuff like that. I know he's trying to build this church. I don't ask him to buy me Gucci bags and Prada and Louis Vuitton. He's trying to build the church. Why should I put him under that kind of pressure? Oh, buy me this. I want this. I want that. This $2,000. When we could take that $2,000 and build a system here. We can take that $1,500 that we give in the Louis Vuitton and buy a new pair of drums. A wise woman buildeth the house, even a spiritual house. But a fool plucketh it down with her hands. Because women in the world do it every day. They meet men and pay their way through college, put them through school, and church people, y'all ain't hear me, looking for sugar daddies. Women that's supposed to be holy women are being gold diggers and not prayer warriors.
So why would a man want a woman when all she plans to do is spend, when there are women out there who will build with him? So for all the men out there who have their stuff together, until a woman can answer the question, what do you have to offer other than cooking, cleaning, sex, and money? Leave her until she can. Hey, somebody had to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell for future notifications of when I post a video. I post a video every single week. And in the meantime, my name is Raulh, and will you please act right? See you in another video. So if you enjoyed this video, check out one of these 2 videos right here. I'm sure you'll enjoy. And if you want, you can go to my channel and check out videos I have there. I got plenty of them. Go ahead. Don't be scared.